Hi, everybody. I am Blake Cabot. I am the owner of facepaint.com, and I have the great honor, as always, to have the fabulous Tamina. Tamina is a lot of things. She's a great face painter. She has some great urban designs, really amazing. But she is more upbeat than anybody else I know. And I mean, really, anybody else I know. I'm not an upbeat person. She's an upbeat person. Even at my low level of not upbeat and her level of upbeat, I mean, it's just like she brings my level up. And I think she'll do the same for you too. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, with that said, Tamina, take it away.
Hi guys, thank you so much. We're gonna do flowers a la Tamina style.
Flower
All right.
eye designs.
Yes, flower eye design. So we know that everyone has their own way of doing flowers. We struggle with a few of them, like me. Roses. Everyone who knows me knows that roses, the one stroke roses, are my nemesis, but I try to make the best of it. I try to do what I feel like I could do in my own way. So
Mm-hmm.
you do it in your own way. So I'm going
Awesome.
to show you some tools that can make it a little bit easier. The first design I'm going to do is a rose, but more
Okay.
of a street style or urban rose where you can just lay down some color, take a stencil, pop it on, and then add your little flavor to it.
Okay.
So I'm going to use this nifty guy. It is a sponge. It's like a dauber, but it's
Mm-hmm.
on a wood piece. I'm gonna use this medium size, and I'm gonna use this smaller size. And I'm gonna do this cute little girly here. Board by what is it? catcnc.com. Fun
Mm-hmm.
faces.
Hey,
But yeah,
Kim.
she does amazing, amazing boards, and we're gonna try some roses on this girly. All right, so I'm gonna use some bold colors here. I think it's probably some Leon colors. I have a lot of those. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna spray the cake. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna rub it on. Make sure I have enough color on there to, um, you want to see it all on that sponge. You want to get it on there really good. So I have it like that, right? Looks like I need to zoom. Okay. And so right here, the first one that I'm gonna do is gonna be the biggest one. And I'm gonna do that right by the eye. So I'm just kind of going in a circular motion, right? That's gonna be annoying. And then I'm gonna use a smaller one, okay? So that I have the big one here. No, I don't know why.
Raptor says loves the bold colors.
Yeah, right. It has to be bold. So we're gonna do that color there. Let's kind of, and we're kind of wrapping it around the eye in a flow, okay? So,
Mm-hmm.
something like that. This is gonna be annoying. I'm sorry, guys. All right, so the next step after I get the color on, I'm gonna take this stencil here, which I love, and I'm gonna stencil out. I guess you could stencil out in white, a white, either wolf, tag, any of the strong colors, right? So I'm gonna use either the white or the black. I'm gonna go with black because I want to add more to it, and most of it's gonna have like the black uh, lining around it. Okay, so I'm gonna just take a dauber, the actual dauber, finger dauber, see, and I'm gonna use black. I'm gonna spritz my black wolf, get my dauber activated. Remember, not too wet. You want a little bit sticky. The color's still wet on my board, but I'm just gonna try to wing it. The biggest one is still a little bit wet, so we'll see.
Hello, New Zealand.
So I'm just gonna kind of dab around, get the shape of the rose from that stencil, right? So I'm
Right.
using the bottom one. I'm gonna use the top one for the small. I'm trying to go with the other ones that are a little less wet. The board is wet. Wish I had a real body, a real face, not body. I'll wipe that off. And then we'll do the big one and hope that it doesn't smear. You do it carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're just kind of getting your rows. And this is like an easier way to do the rows if you do not like one strokes. I don't have anything against one strokes, but if you don't like doing them, this is an easier way to do it. Just clean up this. Okay, so once you have that, I like to add little extras. I have another nifty stencil that gives me some leaf texture.
Raptor says, nice contrast color. The black goes perfect with the neon colors.
Yeah, it does. But you know what? Thank you so much also. I like using white too. The white does pop on that neon as well, but I'm doing some other colors that's going to relate to the black, so I want to kind of keep it in that thing. So now I'm going to go to the green, get another dauber, and I'm getting some dark green, which is coming from my liner kit that I always keep, and this is Fab Silly Farm. I always have that on hand, as well as my primary color kit, which is Craze. I keep all these colors because we're going to be using these too, okay? Just to show you some of the things I'm going to use. All right, so the next step, I'm going to put here some leaves. Only I'm using the front here. I don't want to use all of it because I'm having some other things happening around it, okay? So I got the little leaf print there. And I'm gonna get a little leaf print here. Okay, so that gives us another kind of element of the design. And then the final little piece to this is I like to do something kind of graffiti-ish. So I'm gonna add some drips to my roses that makes it more of a street style. So I'm using a drip by Topaz.
Hey, I missed the beginning. What cake was used for the base, please?
That was a Leanne kind of rainbow. I don't have the name. It was in one of her smaller kits.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have the name. I have the cake where you can see the color.
Okay, there you go.
All right, so you have little drips there. That is a very popular design. A lot of people want my little graffiti rose. You can go add your, if you want like to add the white element, like just to give some kind of pop to it. It already has a pop, but
Right.
you want to go on and you want to add your little, dots in different sizes, and then also your little starburst. You can go in here and put some highlights. I probably would do that. I would see based on time, but this is a really quick design. Just by me using the daubers, the stencils, and then, so the white just adds a little sparkle to it, okay? So that is the first design. The roses, graffiti style, very popular design and easy and fun. And I just showed you the daubers are so easy to use. So
Hello, Cornwall, UK. What was the drip stencil?
the drip stencil is by Topaz. I'm not sure it's hard to read the name. Maybe I'll put it in the comments, but we have that. And then this was the cake. Might be Leanne something. All right, so the next one is daisies. Who doesn't like daisies? I know I do.
I love daisies. Crazy about daisies.
Daisies are, man, they are one of my favorites to do, especially at festivals and fast events. So you have to find the best way to do it fast, So I'm gonna show you how to use a dauber for like how I did the other one, like the base or like the center part. So the center part is gonna be yellow. I showed you my Craze palette, so it's that, all the colors, like the basic colors that you need. So I'm gonna use that a lot today. So I'm gonna use the yellow. Okay, this
Okay,
dauber.
Raptor says This is so pretty. I love it. Looks beautiful. Love it.
Oh,
Ooh, so
thank you.
vibrant. I love Daisy too.
All right, so this one, I'm gonna show you a little technique. I'm putting yellow on my dauber, and then I'm putting on the edge, I'm gonna put orange, okay? So it'll get like a two-tone. So
Mm-hmm.
this gives you two-tone without going in, having to do it while you're painting. You have it already on the sponge.
Mm-hmm.
So when you do like something in circular motion, you already have that 3D effect. See? What a
Mm-hmm.
cool tip. This, it makes a wow factor when you start outlining, and it makes it pop right out, okay? So I'm gonna do that for my daisies here. So I'm gonna leave my shadow more on the right inside because the light is gonna hit the outside. So my yellow will be on the outside, my orange will be in the inside. And I'm leaving a little bit of room so I could have my petals to go around there, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna do 3 flowers. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it keeps zooming out. Can somebody tell me why? I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so I'm gonna take my favorite brush. Everyone knows I love filbert brushes. Anything filbert brush, throw it at me. I love filbert brushes, okay? And I use it for a lot. And you definitely can use it for daisies, for tropical flowers, for just hurry up and get like the shape of it. It's nice and round if you want that round flower look. Or you can use or you can use just a big round brush and make it look like that. But I'm just gonna show you. So I'm gonna just kind of do a bigger petals, okay? So I'm just using the shape of the brush,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just dragging in. So I'm keeping that round shape on the outside.
Kim like that idea.
Yes, keep the round shape on the outside and just kind of drag in. So got beautiful little petals there, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so from here, I guess some of those petals would be hidden because the other one is taking control, that top one. So you can just build, but I'm gonna outline this after. So I don't really, I don't really care like how much I'm overlapping, because
Mm-hmm.
when you outline is where you're gonna seal a deal. You have to have clean line work, okay?
Okay.
So we got the beautiful daisies already. Look, that didn't take much time. You do boom, boom, and you
Okay.
take a filbert brush. You can get even a smaller filbert brush than that, but at this time I can't find mine. Sorry, but I do have a smaller one,
There you go.
and that's what you use. Okay. Um, from here you do your little. You can get your round brush out, get your green, and you're gonna do your little do your little leaves. So you have one, maybe two, and you want to go with the flow of the eye, right? So I'll put.
Uh, is 3 flowers the magic number? Asked Bernie.
It is. You want me to put a third one? There's three, so that makes five. Okay, odd numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure, you jumped ahead of me, but yes, you're right. I got you though. I got you. All right, so we got the little leaves and 3 flowers. Yeah, three in odd numbers, it just gives it more of a look as opposed to two. Kind of looks off.
Mm-hmm.
When you put things in threes, fives, and sevens at odd numbers, is what I learned. It looks a lot better and more balanced. And I also do this when I actually paint and teach painting and drawing classes, to do things in threes, and it definitely does make a difference. So instead of using black, guys, I'm not going to use black. I'm actually going to use brown because the flowers are light. I don't want to go in with dark color. You can use brown or burgundy, any of those things. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm a lightly outline inside. So I want to go thin and then a little thicker in the middle. I mean on the outside. I'm sorry, in the inside, I'm thicker. Outside, thinner, okay? So something like that. So the brown is in the inside. I'm gonna go back to my liner palette, which I have like it's kind of burgundy. It's a little bit brown, a little bit dark. It's not like totally burgundy. And then I'm gonna outline, not too much, I'm gonna outline just some of it, okay?
Okay.
because I want to leave the impression of that other. I don't want to take away too much of that that's going on right there. So I'm doing this quickly just because if you want a job, you can't go too fast. And I do a lot of speed painting, but you can
We
still
had a
do
whole
that.
master class with Laura
I
on the
know.
hustle, not hurry.
Yeah, you do have to hustle and not hurry. You can do speed painting and it still have quality. You just have to know how to do technique and tips to make it go faster and then clean it up with your lines.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Yep, I know. I'm
You
with her.
know.
I'm with her. All right, so I just kind of made it really light with this color. A lot of people are not using black now. You don't have to.
Mhm.
That looks good like that. I will go in. My last thing, I would add the white again. So the white is gonna go, and you put the little, you know, I know sunflowers have this, but just for the heck of it, we're putting just some decorative fill with some dots in there, different sizes.
Mhm.
Don't make them all the same size because it looks a little bit boring. Put some on the outside of your leaves. Put some over here by the eye. Put some over here. Just making sure like everything is kind of flowing um, with a different, just like with a certain type of flow. You could do your teardrops coming in and all that, but a lot of times I try to avoid that, guys. I could do teardrops, but it's not my favorite thing I like to do. Some it is, not me. Okay. I like adding other element add-ons. But yeah, so make it sparkle a little bit and easy, little on the job daisy, super cute.
Mhm.
Outlining, you could do it really fast too, so you don't have to worry. It's still
Bernie loves this, by the way.
isn't it? I love it. It's so cute. And you add the glitter, you add everything you need, but look how the center pops out just by tweaking it a little bit with that orange on the outside. Bam, you just made it 3D. You can go in and you can just to show you just really quickly, you can go in and like, make this stand out by putting lines, for the flower to have a little separation, that adds that extra detail. But like if you didn't have the time to do that, you don't have to, but that also adds the element of detail and technique that
Okay.
people are like, wow, look at that. So you could do that too. So you could take away or you can add on. That's up to you. You make that decision.
Kim says we all have our own style.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Things we could do and things we try to do. We could try. We could try. All right. So from here, I have another nice one that I like to do. I'm going to use a sponge for this. I'm going to just take a small sponge because I'm going to use the outside to kind of wrap it around here like this. Okay. Um, I'm gonna hey, let's use something from my new palette, guys. Why not? It's already set up for you. So this is Enchanted Oasis, right? I love it. I love it. People are using it. And this little guy has all the beautiful shimmers that you need. So when I was in London, they love this one because you have all the colors and you can set the eye up and get it nice and shimmery and stuff before you do anything else. So let's do that. So I'm gonna use this just like in the inner, like on the eye. Like so it's like the kids are getting, or youth or teens or whoever, they're getting makeup. So they feel like, oh wow, I'm all shimmery. So you make their eye nice, give them some nice shimmer, put that around their eye so they feel so good. They feel so
Kim says, "Oh wow, congrats! How did I miss that?" And Rachel says, "Can you show the whole palette?"
Yes, you know what? I might use another color. There's another tropical aspect of it. So I used the shimmer that was there, and now I'm gonna use this one, which is gonna just encase the tropical thing we're gonna do. And I'll use this for the tropical flower, okay? So I'm gonna use all three of those. All right, so I will use for the flower, I'm gonna use my flat brush, which is 1/2 inch flat brush, okay?
Mhm.
So I have to start out with the flower before I can get, well actually no, I have to start out, sorry, getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna start out with putting the tropical part on my sponge, okay? So I got that tropical color on my sponge. And I want the yellow more around this way. So we're just kind of gonna make it go around the eye to encase it a little bit. I know
Okay.
we have that shimmer around it, but it'll make sense. We'll kind of blend it in together.
I have total confidence.
Yes, believe in me. I tell the kids,
Believe.
they're like, "Do you know what you're doing?" I said, "Listen, listen, listen. Patience, patience, patience. You gotta take it easy, relax, and take it easy. Let me
That's the
do my
spirit.
thing."
That is the spirit.
And then I finished. How did you do that? I said, "You just gotta be patient. Gotta wait it out. Gotta wait it out. Gotta wait it out. I know it's hard to sit in the seat and see what we're doing, but we
Yeah.
got you." All right. So the tropical flower. I'm just kind of gonna go, kind of around, making just a sort of a flower, right? Just we're using the color just to make some type of flower here.
Hmm.
We all know what a
Can
flower
you
looks like.
show how you loaded that?
Oh yeah. So I kind of went in and I went back and forth on certain colors that I need. So I got the yellow, that red, and a little more darker red,
Hmm.
which I love that combination because you need it. So I'm just kind of randomly. I mean, you could put five petals. This looks like a blob, but I'm gonna go on. Like I said, I always seal my stuff with line work, so I can kind of put random colors down, and you think it looks like a hot mess, but then there is a method to the madness. Always, there's a method to the madness. Okay,
Okay.
just gotta trust the process.
Yeah, I hear you. I have got to believe.
Yes, if you don't, well, there's gonna be some issues.
Oh no, no, she wanted to see how you loaded the sponge, please.
Oh, how I loaded the sponge. So, yeah, because it's so small. So I kind of squeezed my sponge and I kind of went back and forth like this.
Uh-huh.
And I got that beautiful, beautiful amount of colors that I needed. So that's pretty much all the colors. And then I just kind of shaped it and guided the sponge where I wanted it to go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we got this flower. We're going to let it kind of settle in. It's a little bit wet. And then from here, how about having a little fun with palm trees? Yes, palm trees are gonna come from that flower. You know why? Because we're in the
Uh-huh.
we're somewhere in Florida or Bahamas. Okay, so we're
Right
just
now, that's exactly where I feel.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
I actually we need to feel that. We're getting so much rain and craziness and heat waves, and I don't know what's happening, but yeah, we just need a little bit of this tropical weather to feel good and happy. It makes everyone happy when we see the sun and we got a little breeze and then it's not too hot and yeah, all those things. So just do some type of beautiful palm trees. Um, you know, just however fluffy palm trees, right? Like a Bob Ross would say, fluffy little tree, fluffy little palm tree. Okay, so from here, um, we're gonna do maybe to seal this area, we're gonna put little random little, birds flying out there,
Uh-huh.
which is super cute, right? Okay, and then from here, still kind of wet, but I'm gonna go on an outline. So I'm gonna do five petals, okay? So I'm just thinking, where will they go? I'm following kind of the flow of what I did. So that's 3, 4, 5. So in the beginning, it looked kind of rough. It was like, what? How is she gonna get 5 petals or 3 petals out of that? Well, you make it happen. You control that brush. You make it happen. Okay. So here I will put some lines in there to give the impression of the flowers have little, little creases and stuff in there. I know this is going in her eye. I wouldn't know how to position it on her face. Okay. Don't judge. Don't judge. All right. So now I'm going to take a number 3 or 4. You got to do your little teardrops, even though I told you I don't like them too much. It just makes the design look great. So I'm going to go with a long one, right?
Mhm.
And thick to thin. I'm going to get smaller, smaller, smaller. Then I'm going to go here and I'm going to connect that with another one just for the fanciness of it. Put a little small one. And then So that just gives it an elegant look. I'm going to put some dots, random again, small, mediums, big until small. In here, still wet. I'll put those dots again. I'll highlight some areas just so it makes the flower pop out. And here, if it was on a person, I would find a way to kind of put the dots to go down towards their eye just to make it more delicate. And then over here, I will put my starburst to make it cool and maybe a few more dots up there because it's sparkling in the tropical island. And that's what I wanted to do. All right, so that will be your tropical flower cutie, and definitely is another hit that you do at festivals and
That's great.
fairs. Yeah, so cool. And put your glitter and all that, and they're just like, "Mom, look at me!" And they're just all fancy, running off and showing off, and you feel like, "Wow, I did a good job." All right. All right. So my next one is I'm gonna see if I have enough time. I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna go to this
Got
one.
about 30 minutes.
30 minutes? Okay. So that's gonna take a little longer than one that I want to do. So I'm just gonna see if I can squeeze it in or not. But I'll jump to my arm design, which I thought was pretty fun. Um I've done this in a painting also. So I feel like, oh, this is actually a good arm design too. And we do a lot of arm designs at the fair and at the cormets and all those things. So
Ernie is loving the tropical vibe.
yes, right. Thank you. Me too. We got to just keep that vibe going. Let's keep that vibe going. Okay. All right. So from here, we're going to get a heart shape. So we're kind of outlining it in white lightly. So I just want to get a shape of a heart that's not connecting. So we're going to make this heart shape, right? And we're going to just kind of get it to flow one side. And again, there it's not going to connect. It's just the idea of a heart. So when someone sees this, they're like, oh, that looks like a heart. Yes, it's the idea of a heart and not connecting because we're going to add things to this that will bring the design together. I have no idea why this keeps zooming out.
I don't know why it does either.
Please
It's just
stop.
wrong.
Please, I'm begging. All right, so we have. I think we're gonna use this nifty. It is a floral brush. It is by my favorite La Canal, right?
Uh-huh.
I love anything by this brand. I'm so mad that they don't have it in the yellow handles anymore. But this one I keep with me and I do the
So
double
that's
dip.
King Art?
It probably is now, but it's Cornell.
Okay.
Low Cornell 7000 series. I just love him. Okay. So I'm going to do flowers on both sides. Why are you doing this? Stop.
For those of you on drugs, please look away.
I have no idea what's happening. All right. So I'm going to use another color in that palette that you saw.
Paddle brush? Question mark.
The petal brush. It is a petal brush.
There we go.
Yep, it is a petal brush. It's a Flora called a Flora. So I'm picking up 3 colors on this. My purple, my pink, and another purple, okay? And I'm gonna try to attempt to do some colors here. So we're gonna start out with my first flower here. And I'm just kind of working in that mode to get. Okay, so that's the first flower. And I'm gonna put another one. So I'm trying to go and follow that heart line that I did.
It's a zooming.
I'm so annoyed with this, really. All right, and then so this side, I'm going to I'm gonna investigate this after. I gotta find out why is it unzooming, and maybe someone can give me tips on why my phone is keep zooming out. All right, so we have that. And then okay, so now I think I might do thinking of a double dip flower, but I didn't bring the Flora one over here. All right. So I'm jumping. I don't have something that I needed, but we're gonna use something else. Okay, I'm gonna try to do a double dip effect here to do another flower, okay? It's not the filbert. I mean, it's a filbert, but it's a smaller one. So it's not a petal brush, it's a filbert. So I have 1, 2, 3, and then I'll do 2 here. And then I'll do a small one here. Okay. So something like that. And then I'll get to the little leaves, which I will use also from that palette. It has 2 colors. It has a green and a blue. And so I'm gonna make one go, the leaf go that way. I'm putting pressure and then releasing, pressure and releasing, pressure, releasing. Same thing here, pressure, release. I want to leave here. And that I'll leave for something else. Maybe I have one here, go in the opposite direction. And then over here, I went thin and then I put pressure because I couldn't do it the opposite direction. All right. Okay, so something like that, still keeping the flow. Then I'm gonna take a liner brush. You know, this company right here, the Paint Hub, I've been using quite a few of their brushes. I gotta
Kim
tell you.
says, I always forget to use my filbert for petals.
Yes, you can. They will help you go a lot faster. But these brushes right here, like the angles and the line work, and yeah, the Paint Hub, check them out. Seriously. All right, so I'm gonna use this dark green with that liner brush.
Does anybody know why her camera keeps zooming in?
Yeah, please, because
Bonus points. I don't know what the bonus points get you, but they get you something.
they get me. What did I do to my phone and never did this before?
Yeah. Hannah Warrior says, I love the the paint hub brushes.
Yeah, right. So I'm outlining in a darker green, and I'm still.
There's probably an autofocus setting.
Oh, how do you go to that?
Bernie, do you know? I can look it up on Perplexity.
It's like now it's just zooming back out. It's not even staying.
And you're on an iPhone, right?
I am. All right, so I got it down as much as I can. All right, so I'm gonna outline this in the black. But I mean, for the most part, you guys see the designs. You see the steps. It just is annoying to zoom out, but for the most part, you see everything.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'm just gonna outline the inside, like I'm making that flower have the bud that I guess is inside. And then I will do that same outline that I did with the other one, outlining the 5 petals. Get the little line work in there. You don't have to outline the leaves, but if you have time, it does make it look a certain way. I know it looks probably more cartoony, but a lot of people like that aspect of it. And again, that could be a style. So you kind of figure out if you want to do a one stroke style, if you want to do a, just
Antoinette said, is anything touching buttons where you have it set up?
no,
No,
not
okay.
touching anything.
There's something about turn off center stage.
Turning off center what? Center stage?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. Next time we'll see how to get that to not do that.
You've got teenage kids. They can figure out anything.
Yeah, my son who just left that works at T-Mobile, guys. Like, really? Why did he leave now?
You can do it.
Yeah, he'll probably know.
He'll know. He'll know. He'll just say, Mom, you just got to do that.
That's exactly what he was saying.
You didn't know that? Jeez, Mom.
Oh my gosh, that's the other thing that you hear. All right,
Yeah.
so we're just outlining again the little flowers, making it look nice. But this is such a cool arm design, and if you want, they could put the person's name at the top, the person's name at the bottom. If you make it big enough, they could put the name in the middle,
Uh-huh.
for their loved one, anything, So there's
It's
a lot of
moisture.
flexibility with this one. A lot,
Mm-hmm.
a lot, a lot. And it's something that you don't always see. You don't see heart shaped, kind of florally designs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you do see them, it kind of just kickstarts that spark of creativity. And again, you can go on, a lot of stuff is on Pinterest and Google and t-shirts, and you get inspiration everywhere. Definitely that's what I do. If I'm not drawing something out myself, I always look at things around me and totally get inspired by it and then come up with my own design for it. Or look at someone else's and I'm like, you know what, I like that, but I will do this differently. And there becomes your own thing.
Yeah. Nobody really knows. Maybe just leave it zoomed out. It's fine.
I don't want to leave it zoomed out. You can't see.
Well, there's that.
I don't want them not to see.
Jim says that was is a sweet design.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Okay, now that was it for that one. Yeah, so you just do your little, put your little glitter on. You could do the swirls and twirls and all the things, like, try to make it come from where it makes sense. So if the flower thing is going that way, you might want to kind of do your swirls to come this way and your teardrops. And I don't want to mess it up, but just giving you ideas and stuff you could do. But yeah, you could totally do whatever. And my brush is dry, but yeah, so totally do more to it or less to it, but just another good idea. And yeah. Hey. Oh yeah. Okay, so I got a little glam eye
Mm-hmm.
idea. Let's try that. So we know Pam, our girl Pam, does the glam eyes and she has all the cool things.
She does. Indeed.
That's my girl.
Uh, Bernie says this is gorgeous. Such scope for your own style.
Yes, go in my own style. But yeah, this will be Pam's kind of glam eye in Tamina's way. Let's do it like that. All
Okay.
right, so I'm using that tropical color again. I'm just gonna pick up some color and I want to kind of put it around the eye, just in a small section. I'm covering her eye, but it's not really covering her eye, okay?
Okay.
Um,
I know.
Someone was like, I think I was practicing. And he was like, but now you covered her eye and she's blind. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm just,
Santa's Treehouse loves that design. I'm definitely going to use that. So that was the last
yes.
design.
Good, good, good. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. It's definitely, and tag me. I love to see it. I love to share. I love all of that. Okay. All right. So, this glam eye is going to have, I'm going to use some of this little sunflower here and then do other elements to it. Okay, so I'm gonna use a dauber with, I'm gonna go with yellow from that palette. That's Craze basic palette and some white. So
Okay.
the white is gonna make the yellow pop out a lot more. So it make it really bright. Okay, so I have yellow with a little bit of white.
Okay.
Okay, can you see the edge of here?
Yeah.
Okay, just because I can't see from the angle I'm doing. All right,
Maybe move that a little bit more to the center, please.
right here,
No, the other way.
this way.
Yeah, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Stop there. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, because I couldn't see either.
I
All
know.
right. So from right here, I'm going to use some of this here on her eye. Okay. So I'm going to go something like this. Might be picking up too much yellow because I'm patting it too hard. All right. So we got that sunflower around it. Okay. So
Mhm.
now from there, I'm going to add this little guy, which I love. I think I helped design this a while ago, but it was for Diva stencils, but I still love it. It's one of my favorite kind of leafy, swirly things. You probably still can find it, but I'm gonna use that. All right, so I'm gonna kind of curve it in. I mean, I have a choice. I can curve it like this, or I could curve it down. Actually, I curve it down up here because that goes with the flow of the eye the other way.
Mhm.
So I'm only picking up some of it. I'm picking up just that first half of it and leaving the rest. Okay. So I just only need that part of it.
Okay.
And then you have to,
Jubilee says bonsoir à tous.
thank you. All right. So I have that at the top, and then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put this one at the, it's like every time I put something in front of the thing, it's jumping. That's what's happening. Like
Oh,
once
that's what's
I,
going on, huh?
once I move something or put something in front of it, it's jumping around like it's
Yeah. Don't
yeah.
worry about it, actually. You don't have to zoom in more. We can see it fine.
All right, so here I'm putting, well, I'm gonna have to like rub it to get it on. So I'm kind of putting this aspect of it down there.
Hmm.
So kind of like glam eye. And then I'm gonna seal it with, I'm gonna seal it with going around the flower in black because that this bottom part here is black. And so I'm gonna just kind of outline the basic part of the flower because it already has the intricate part of the sunflower.
Is that a cat NC board?
Yes, it is.
Well done.
Yes, and I love it, and I love her, and yeah, yeah. These are nice boards, guys. You want to definitely go check her out, and they have two to practice on instead of just one. The faces are smaller, so you feel like sometimes you need more room, but it's more actual to painting on a person, right?
Hmm.
So I feel like there's room for all these different types of boards. And some people don't use boards, they just don't like boards. But if you do like boards, I would have a variety, just like I do. I have a little bit from everyone. I like to try things. All right, so I probably would put some teardrops coming in here, just to make it a little extra fancy, but this will be pretty much that glam eye. Um, it won't have kind of looks weird with her eye covered, but
Yeah, we at facepaint.com do not recommend painting on people's eyeballs.
yeah,
Just
don't
make that
paint
make
the
that clear.
eyeballs.
Make
Don't
that
paint
clear.
the eyeballs. Disclaimer.
What brand and color shade is the yellow used for the petals? Thanks.
Yeah, isn't that? So what I did was I took a yellow for craze, and I took the white from Wolf, and I mixed them together to get that strong yellow. So you have to
Okay.
mix. You gotta do mixing.
Mix
I
and
love
match.
mixing colors. All right, so that was the little glam eye, and super cute, super fun, and a lot of people like little flower on the side was another good idea. Um, for this one, I gotta use a bigger face. All right, so I'm not sure. I don't want to keep moving around to zoom in. I'm gonna just wing this one, see if I have enough time. I have enough time to do this one.
Yeah, you got 13 minutes.
Oh, okay. So we're
I
gonna
don't think you
end
do.
it with my fairy girls. Guys, I love fairies. I love fairies. Okay. So I'm gonna try to do a quick fairy here. Because we have to do a fairy somehow, some way. It's what people love. All
Truth.
right, so I'm gonna put the brown down. I know she's brown, but I want maybe a browner color. So I'm just gonna kind of make a oval shape here. But I want to make enough room to be able to work out some type of features in there. So I want it small, but I don't want it super small. All right, then I'm gonna make just a little kind of neck with a kind of a shoulder because I want to put some some kind of flower there. Okay. All right, so we have that aspect of her face and her shoulders.
Okay.
And then we're gonna make this fairy girl have kind of afro-y hair. I'm gonna give her some blues and some greens. That's from that palette I just showed you. And
Miss Rose says all the designs have been beautiful thus far. And
thank
they will be. This one will be beautiful too. I need to get some practice boards because I want to try them all. Well,
oh
facepaint.com is your place, Miss Rose.
yes, do it. Get it, guys. Get it. All right, so I'm gonna use the same thing in her hair. I'm gonna put on her eye for my fairy wing. So we're gonna try to connect this. I'm gonna do one eye. Everyone's like, you always do one eye. Do you know how to do two? I do. I do when I want to do it. I like kind of
You can do
doing.
two eyes.
I can, I have sometimes I just hate that whole balance, and sometimes I like things off asymmetrical and different. It's just what I like, guys. It's just what I like. All right, so I'm gonna kind of keep these colors similar. Um, we're gonna break it up with a little bit of some pink and purple in here. So I'm gonna do kind of another type of rose that you just do the line work. So I'm gonna put two roses and that rose there. Let's put a rose in her hair. We have time to put that there. Okay. So we're just winging this. All right. So
Living on the edge.
living on the edge and trying to do what we need to do. All right, so quickly I will give her, put her little lips where I know they're gonna be. So she's gonna have some little lush lips, okay? Um, maybe some rosy cheeks if I want. I mean, I kind of go based off of how much time I have. Um, so I mean, just something like this, something like this. That's the idea. Okay, so now I'm just gonna basically try to outline her quickly. I'm gonna get her little hairstyle going on here, which it's just kind of flowy. Make the shape of her face, kind of get that roundness for her cheeks. Then her neck comes here, and then it's like her shoulder is gonna be behind a flower. Her hair is kind of just the curly, afro-y type of thing. So little girls come in your chair, they have all this curly, lush hair. You can give them something that looks like them, and they love it.
Mm-hmm.
The rose, I'm just kind of putting pressure, doing more that graffiti rose again, but without a stencil. You just kind of going in certain areas and doing a thick to thin. You starting in the center, then you put pressure, put pressure, release, and just trying to fill in where you think it needs to go. Okay. So just fun type of flower that you could do quickly. All right. And then so we have to connect her wings. If you have a stencil, this will make it go faster, but I'm not going to use a stencil for this. We're just going to have fun with line work. That's why I got to practice that line work all the time. Make sure you always trying to find a way to play around with it and also keep that flow. So we just kind of make it make sense. All
You
right,
can
so
do
we
it.
have we have her little wing. Maybe that's her second wing back there, just so we could fill in that space. I'm gonna close her eyes
Gives you more
because
power when
if
you
you
have
don't
two
have
wings.
if you don't have no time, yeah, she has to have two wings. I put it that way, so look, I did too. All right, so don't complain. All right,
Yvonne says that's my favorite.
yep. Oh shoot, thank you. All right, so little cute little nose. I'm gonna give her a little smile. Hi guys, welcome and thank you for coming to my class. All right, so we're just making her silly. All right, so we got the rose, we got that. Then we'll just add the little white dots and stuff. Like, I have so many fairy ideas in my brain that they all come out different. I customize a lot of them to the person that's in my chair. I look at what they're wearing, I look at their hair, I look at their so much stuff, and then I just kind of make something from what I do a lot of painting from how I feel something should go, and
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, that's just how I do it.
That's how a lot of people do it.
But a lot of painting for feeling. All right, so yeah, so got little, putting your little highlights. Might put some dots there. If you could fit in that crease, then dots right here, big, small, medium. Highlighting some of the rows as I got hair on it. And then I think the last thing is just kind of putting your little starburst because you got to make her twinkle. And not only that, if you have glitter, you need to bust that glitter out right now because it needs to go all up in there. So that will be your idea on fairies and flowers and all the things.
Wow.
You could put little ears here. I mean, gotta do the little pointy ears. So that's up to you. I kind of was skipping it and I was gonna say they're hidden, but they're there.
Okay.
So just do little pointed ears. I made them another color, but you know what I'm trying to
Mhm.
do.
That is
But
so cool. Amazing. Love the fairy. She's gorgeous, says Miss Rose. Bernie says so cool. Amazing.
Thank
So
you. I forgot
wild.
little highlights on her. Forgot the highlights on her lips, guys. Gotta get highlights on her lip.
Huh?
There you go. And that makes it more plush.
Even more plush. Hard to believe.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Thank you very much, Tamina. I
Thank
think
you.
we're just about out of time, so
Yep.
I think we're going to go with that. Next week we're going to have water resistant face paint with Elisa Griffith, July 7th, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and then we're going to have monster designs with Juliet Eve, 4 to
Ooh.
5 p.m. Eastern time on July 14th. Um, okay, and we've got. I don't think we have a master class coming up. When's the next master class? Jeez,
Hmm.
I don't know. Let me get to master classes. Yep, we do. We have a good one coming up on July 10th with Valerie Vella from
Wow.
5 to 7 p.m. Grow your business. So it's more of a business thing rather than a techniques thing. But we're going to do a couple of those on our master classes, and that costs $10. And
No.
that will be on July 10th from 5 to 7 p.m. So you're very welcome, Kim and Jibril. And thank you very much, everybody, and have a great
Thank you.
evening. I hope you had a fun and
Thank you
productive time.
guys.
Thank you,
Thank
Tamina.
you.
It was lovely.